So there are a few things that you should consider when you're going to do the digital mosaic project. So here are a few. The first thing you want to consider is the amount of detail in your picture. So if I look at this one, that's a lot of detail. So the horse has several different colors. It has a rider, it has a saddle, it has these leg warmers, and that's a lot. And so the general rule is that the more detail you have with a digital mosaic, the smaller the pieces have to be for you to get all those details in. And the smaller they are, the more there are going to be. So if you pick an image to use that has a lot of detail, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's why we're considering it. We're not making it off limits. It just means that the more detail, the more time it's going to take to get all that detail in. Okay, here's another one that has a lot of detail. So if I was going to do a horse mosaic, I might not want to do one that has like bridles, saddles, rider. It's just a lot. Even picking things that have a lot of different colors is going to make it more complicated. Not bad, not off limits, just going to be more work and more time because for each thing you have to add enough pieces that that you include all of that information. So for this horse, there's a lot of information with the different colors on the face, the different colors in the mane, the different colors in the body. There's just a lot of information that you have to convey through these little pieces of digital shapes. So choosing something where there's less colors tends to help. So this horse, no saddle, no bridle, it's all kind of in the same color family. So I could do darker or lighter versions of the same color, but not darker and lighter versions of 8 different colors, because having lighter and darker pieces is a big part of mosaics. It makes it look more real because that's how you add shading. And so adding dark and lights of 1 or 2 colors is simpler. Okay, doesn't mean you can't do it with 8 colors, just means that there's going to be a lot more work involved in showing the lights and darks of all those different colors. So if I were going to do a horse, this would probably be the picture I would pick because there's light brown, dark brown, and then there's like white and black. Okay, so there's not a ton. For the digital mosaics, you're not including a background, unless you really super want to, but that gets a lot more complicated. It's mostly about the subject. So for this, my subject really has black, white, and shades of brown. And that is going to make it a lot more doable. There are details in the face and tail, but other than that, it's just shading. So consider picking a picture that is kind of a simple version of the subject that you want, so that you can really focus on doing the few details really well instead of doing a ton of details like, oh, just okay.